Tale and World of Dragithia, Creatures of the Elements. Chapter 1. In an ancient world where dragons once roamed free and reigned together in peace with humans, where bonds were formed unbreakable even unto death between human and dragon, hearts intertwined with a love that would sacrifice itself for the other at all costs, creatures and humans lived peacefully together for an age. But then, as humans always do, there emerged those who would abuse this friendship for power and rule. Through the use of cruelty, they gained dominance and control over these wonderful creatures. A world that was once friendly and kind became overtaken and fueled by darkness and pain as war raged from land to land, as the evil dragon lords used their beasts to take everything their corrupt hearts desired, no matter the cost, with no regard for the life of any human or beast that stood in their way. Still, in the midst of the torturous flames of darkness, there remained a remnant that stood against those that would use dragons as tools to manipulate, control, and exert dominance over others. This order of loyal dragon masters was known as the Order of the Dragon-Hearted. Each member of this order was referred to as a dragon heart. There are tales of the bravery of the dragon hearts that have been passed down from generation to generation that have become legend and folklore in modern Dragithia. As the world burned, these were the only ones to stand for truth, love, justice and friendship with the dragons and creatures they loved. Then one day, no one is quite sure when, how, or why, the dragons disappeared. The order became a tale of the ages, and information on both was mostly lost, scarce, or unable to be confirmed. Legend has it that these dragons of old had an earthly elemental type and could control their specific element type. There are also rumors and fragments of ancient documents that have recorded and refer to other as yet unknown creatures that also possessed similar abilities. There are artist portraits possibly centuries old or more of what is thought to be impressions of the legendary dragons, who stood with the humans of the Order of the Dragon-Hearted to protect and save the world from those that would overtake and rule it with evil. These portraits have been stored in a gallery museum known as the Museum of Historical Artifacts of Dragithia. This museum is located in MP Town, which is affectionately referred to as Maker's Place on Dragon Isle. Dragon Isle also plays host to and is where our modern day story of Dragithia begins, in a small, simple town known as Keota, which is referred to by the inhabitants of Dragon Isle commonly as Known Origin. After centuries with no recorded dragons in existence, rumours began to circulate and an increase of mysterious creature sightings were reported near Keota Town on Dragon Isle. Out of the elements of the past emerged new and kind-hearted individuals who investigated, discovered and ultimately captured one or more of these original dragons and became bonded with them. Out of these new dragon trainers there were 3 who found and captured all 5 of the newly discovered dragons, as an old tale of a legendary king of dragons appearing only to those who have 5 dragons circulated. This rumour began within the Museum of Historical Artifacts of Dragithia, where there is an ancient scroll that details a creature only known as King in the text that would only appear and could only be captured by someone who possessed 5 dragons as lifelong companions. These 3 brave souls then approached one of the treacherous rocky mountainous regions where this dragon was thought to appear for the chance to capture the King of Dragons. Ultimately, only one of these dragon masters would gain this dragon. However, each of these individuals would be given a portrait of the ancient lava dragon from the Museum of Historical Artifacts in recognition of their bravery and undying spirit to capture all of these dragons. There are only 5 editions of this portrait in existence, 2 of which are owned by 2 separate historical art collectors. As the commotion has died down slightly surrounding the newly discovered dragons, a fisherman whilst out exploring some small jungle islands off the northeast coast of Dragon Isle has now brought back a report of what he can only describe as an insect that was controlling fire. Research has begun at the Museum of Historical Artifacts of Dragithia as to what evidence there is of such creatures existing, or if there are any documents that refer to such creatures in the ancient fragments of scrolls that are housed there. However, adventurous souls have already decided to travel to try and get a glimpse of these creatures. There are many places yet undiscovered in Dragithia, and the map of the world is yet to be complete. This appears to be just the beginning of an epic tale of dragons, humans, and creatures yet to be discovered. Which and what kind of creatures await? Only time will tell.